So we did some physical movement, and then we did some tantric practice before that also involves movement or doing. So now we stop doing. No doing. Completely perfectly still. Physically. Also not initiating movement in the mind. Not initiating. Not starting. Complete stop. Breathing can flow and flows on its own, but all the other extra movements, no need. so relaxed that you have no problem sitting completely still. To the group dynamic needs some clarifying, so let's shout hung pets about 50 times, just like we did before today. So very sharp, pow, pow, very sharp focus. Let's begin. Hung pet, 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 hung pet. Relax, let go. go ahead, James.
Okay, so we'll finish with basic prayers, starting with Bodhisattva vows. I vow to liberate all sentient beings. I vow to end all self-based confusion. I vow to exercise the Dharma that frees. I vow to attain the great perfection. I vow to liberate all sentient beings. I vow to end all self-based confusion. I vow to exercise the Dharma that frees. I vow to attain the great perfection. I vow to liberate all sentient beings. I vow to end all self-based confusion. I vow to exercise the Dharma that frees. I vow to attain the great perfection. Just taking a moment to feel the effect of the vows. Moving on to relative refuge. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in his pure land. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in his pure land. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in his pure land. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. Moving on to absolute refuge. I am the Guru, I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha, I am the Dharma, I am the Sangha, I am the Guru, I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha, I am the Dharma, I am the Sangha, I am the Guru, I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha, I am the Dharma, I am the Sangha. As always, after chanting, relaxing and letting go and feeling the effect of the blessings. Before moving on to relative bodhicitta. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. And absolute bodhicitta. All beings are free. All beings are free. All beings are free. And finishing with dedication of merit. May all beings receive my accumulated merit. I dedicate the merit to the refuge and to all sentient beings. And ending with a bow.
Thanks, James. How are you doing? We still have 10 minutes, so we can use it in discussion if you have something. Or just, if you want to share how you feel.
I can share, I feel good, something shifted. And what struck me is and it's the same thing that you talk about sometimes about this rigidness of practice that is typically male thing. And yeah, it was it's so healing and gentle when these shifts happen. And yeah, I just felt very clearly it's this gentleness, how important that is, this caring and that part of the practice instead of that, because I've been doing a lot of head banging, and I didn't feel like that was the thing that made this happen in the first place. It's really something in it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're looking good, Oscar.
May I?
Please.
I would just love to thank you for the unit of movement. I can hardly stand normally and I can hardly move. And I was surprised about the ability which was given to me to nearly pass through the whole session. And I felt great afterwards. Thank you.
That's lovely to hear. That's really, really wonderful. I remember, I forgot, was it the weekend retreat in June or some short session in May? But very recently there was, I forgot who it was, but there was a lady joining that session and we did some combing with mantras. Avam, avam, avam. And then this lady was kind of surprised after that and just wanted to say that she's had pains, like somewhat chronic pains, and then the pains disappeared when she did this.
Yeah, it was really surprising to me. Usually I can hardly stand without it. This is called a wheelchair for movement. I don't know the English word for it. We call it Rollator in German. And that was a great also for me because I would love to do this as a normal routine now. This is just nice.
Very good, very good. Yeah.
I've noticed when doing physical practices, like what you showed us, loosening the joints and stuff like that. I do that from time to time, and for some reason, recognition of emptiness is easiest with any movements involving hands and arms. Elbows, when I do that, it switches on quite easily for some, particularly the elbows, and now more so the hands as well. But I've noticed some sensitivity developing in the hands lately, which I didn't have before.
Okay. Okay. Gwen, please.
Yeah, the relaxation due, I think, to the exercises has really helped me to breathe more easily. I was struggling a bit earlier, but yeah, actually it's a lot easier now, and I think that's the relaxation and being. Yeah, it was really interesting thinking inside your body as well, because giving you much more awareness of. I don't think my arms are particularly sort of sensitive usually, but yeah, I could really feel it affected my arms. So, yeah, altogether, really good.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's lovely to hear, Gwen. Would you like to do some physical exercises on other days also? Okay. Then we will do. If you have like a yoga mat or something like some what do you call it, gymnastics mats at home, like a surface that, you know, when you have bare feet that doesn't slide, have it ready tomorrow. Not now, but tomorrow. Oh, that's hardcore, Sabine. We were just talking about the macho, rough practice, and then you pulled out this spike mat. Maxim, did you have something?
Yeah, I have a bit of a theoretical question, like usual.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you about Amitabha role in Pemoko teaching. I mean, as far as I can understand, Amitabha is a deity in Pemoko tradition.
Yes.
But as far also I know that Amitabha has a separate teaching, like a Pure Land tradition, and he has kind of his own Pure Land, and it's best to pray to Amitabha for liberation of maybe some animals or people who are passing away, something like this. And I just don't understand how it's possible that deity has his own Pure Land, and how it's connected to Pemoko Pure Land.
Ooh, that's a good one. I've never really thought about it that way. Well, I can only really share how I see it. You know, I've practiced Amitabha quite a lot. You know, it's not Amitabha. Well, that is the Buddha we use in the first Pure Land jhana, but as a deity, it's not part of our deity list. But having said that, Amitabha is one of those Buddhas that one can practice without empowerment. So, just like Avalokiteshvara, for example, or Manjushri, you know, can be practiced without empowerment. So, personally, I felt a lot of attraction towards Amitabha. perhaps because of past life connections, and I really like Amitabha's. It's that like featherlightness of Amitabha. Featherlight. So the way I see Amitabha is that I see Amitabha more as a deity. I know that there are people who see Amitabha as a guru, but if I had to say either of those options, I would go for a deity, like a Buddha archetype. But does it really matter in a sense that Amitabha can be approached and practiced, cultivated by anybody? So I don't think that putting it in this box or that box really matters in that sense. But Amitabha definitely has, even that it's a deity, has his own Pure Land. And often people ask me some advice when somebody passes away, or somebody might be ill, or animal pet passes away. Then I often I might pray for Amitabha for blessings, or then make sure that the deceased animal or person is taken to Amitabha's Pure Land. So this is definitely beneficial. This is not difficult to do. Basically, if you want to do that, or if you have somebody passes away, think about that person and then chant Namo Amitabhaye, Namo Amitabhaye, Namo Amitabhaye. Dear Amitabha Buddha, please take this deceased person or animal to you, to your Pure Land. Just say a simple prayer. And it changes a lot. I practice Amitabha. I eat meat. So every time I eat meat, I make sure that the souls, mind streams of these deceased animals go to Amitabha. So do this when someone dies. Do this, and you can also try to perceive. You should try to perceive if it really happens. You should be sure. Yogis and yoginis always need to be sure about these things. It is not enough that my Lama said that if I chant Amitabha 10 times, then the soul goes. It's not like that. We should know ourselves, and we can. It is possible. It is just a matter of having our, bugs have the meters. Bugs have meters that they use to sense things. So we need to use our own meters to sense. Then you asked about the difference between Amitabha's Pure Land and Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land. Amitabha's Pure Land is like a big spiritual center that anybody is welcome to come. It's like a place that has open doors for anybody, and it's a lovely place. We can tune to the name of Amitabha's Pure Land is Sukhavati. Sukhavati. I don't remember what Vati means, but Sukha means like ease, joy, ease and joyful. So it's a place of ease and joyfulness. So just like we can Namo Amitabhaye, we can chant Namo Sukhavatiye, Namo Sukhavatiye, to get a sense of Sukhavati's energy, Amitabha's Pure Land, just like we do with Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land. So you can get familiar with the vibe of it, and depending on your ability to see, you might also see there. You might also see the place, see how it is. Although usually spiritual centers, ashrams, places like that, they are pretty much the same. So, but might be interesting if you have a vision. But like I said, Amitabha's Pure Land is open for everybody. The doors are open and there are no special requirements. But in the case of Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land, it's a different game, you know, because he is he has how should I say this? It's like you could say that he's like a professional coach who coaches serious or professional athletes. You could put it like that. So he doesn't coach just anybody who wants to start some kind of sport. He's a professional specific coach who only gives admission to his place based on requirements. So non-practitioners definitely cannot enter his Pure Land, though, like I said, they can enter Amitabha's Pure Land. So Amitabha's Pure Land is much bigger and much more population, citizens, than Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land. And the souls, the mind streams, the beings in Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land are like serious advanced practitioners, also Mahasiddhas. But like I often discuss this when having refuge ceremony, because it's very relevant in Pemako refuge. But in general, I could say that, you know, you have to be quite advanced in your practice and also have a strong karmic connection with him specifically, with Guru Rinpoche specifically, for him to allow to come to his Pure Land. And when I say advanced, what does it mean? You know, the whole path from samsaric unawakened state to full Buddhahood is from the zero bhumi to the perfection of 10th bhumi. That's the whole range. There is no other rule for it. That's the whole range. So when are you advanced? I can't really say. Well, it's relative who is advanced. I wouldn't want to bring in and compare to other traditions, okay? But you know, even having a number of bhumis open, not to even mention Mahasiddha bhumis open, and then perhaps having few perfected, it's very rare in the world of humans. Very rare. So perhaps this gives a sense what advancement means. But also what goes a long way with any master and with any teacher is sincerity and devotion. Sincerity and devotion. You know, this might be the case, for example, somebody finds out about Guru Rinpoche late in the life, or, you know, soon before one's passing away, but then that devotion that sense of finding a purpose and finding a home might kind of ignite quickly. So this goes a long way as well. Okay. Nice to see you back.
Nice to be back.
There's a question. Monica is asking about deities and Pure Lands and gurus. Yes, I have a blog, Open Heart blog, where there's, I don't know, 1,000 pages of stuff. So, but again, it is really simple when it comes to yogic practice in a sense, because all yogic practice is and should be based on experiences. And this is of course what I emphasize in my way of teaching, because you know we can verify gurus, we can verify Pure Lands by tuning into them, and we can verify anything. So we really need to do this also. So what is common is that somebody wants to find out about Amitabha's Pure Land, Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land, or something else. So the first thing they do is to go to Amazon and buy 1, 2, or 3 books and read the books. Okay, that is, you can do that, but you won't have a direct first-hand experience of Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land by reading a book about it. On the other hand, we can just have the sincere wish. You know, we use the name Pemako for Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land. Namo Pemako Ye, Namo Pemako Ye. The Tibetan name for Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land is Zangdok Palri. Zangdok Palri. Namo Zangdok Palri Ye. Namo Zangdok Palri Ye. So you make the call, dial the number, make the call, and wait for picking up. So you can have the first-hand experience of wonderful vibration of Zangdok Palri arrived. So you can have the actual experience of the place, even though you might not see it with your inner vision, but you can feel it. Anybody can feel it. This is the reason why I emphasize feeling of the blessings, because anybody can do it and learn to do it. So I've written some about these things, but the way I teach is always through first-hand experience. Thank you everybody for joining today. See you tomorrow. And I would like to remind you that those of you who haven't yet made the payment for the retreat, please take care of it as soon as possible. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.